How can you work from 8 to 5, be free only on weekends, and not feel like you're wasting your life? When I was working at my old job I thought the same way. I just couldn't handle working like that and have no spare time. I'm now working at a new workplace and another job and it's just great. I totally love my job, even though it can be hard some days. Also I'm helping a lot of people, which makes it feel like I'm not wasting my life. I think the answer to your question is, that it's hard to live like that if you don't have a job that's fulfilling you. Also I have to say that this world is trash and we don't have the work-life balance we need to stay healthy. So I completely understand you. It's unfortunate that many people don't enjoy their career, or better said, don't get any fulfillment from it. As a tradesperson, my favorite shift is 5/10s, Monday to Friday. 7 to 5:30. You get a nice paycheck, and still have weekends off. I'd like to know how a person can work 40 hours a week, be off nice and early in the day to enjoy your evening, still have weekends off to spend with friends, family or just doing things you enjoy, and not have a sense of fulfillment. I used to work 4 days a week for maybe 10 years. 4 by 9, 36 hours. During my divorce I switched to 5 days 5 by 8, 40 hours because I could get a higher mortgage that way. Now that I have bought my own house I'm thinking of switching back to 4 by 9 because I really miss having an extra day off. I think the extra day off is worth getting 10 less than I do now. Workdays are 8 hours on paper now, but they're often are closer to 9 anyway. You'll only feel that if you don't know where you go next. So let's say working 8/5. You're using this to earn money to build a business or buy properties in the future. You may even be someone that works 8/5 and still working on the weekends on niche things like sidelines, or you're working on your fitness, building relationships, I think you only feel like wasting life if you're not moving on, idle, stagnant. There's an adjustment period when you start your first real full-time job. It takes a couple years before you feel like you're good at it and it stops feeling so awful. But at the same time, if your boss and your job are shitty, find a new one that you don't hate so much. All jobs have shitty parts. All of them. The trick is to find one with shitty parts you can handle and don't make you hate your life. I couldn't do it. My first job was a 9/5 in the office and that's when I got the same reality check you are getting. Fuck that shit, and fuck doing this shit until I'm in my late 60s. To answer your question, I didn't come to terms with it, and I did not accept it as my fate. I'm doing everything I can to retire by the time I'm 45. Seek out jobs you enjoy, explore hobbies, plan vacations, socialize with fun people, work towards your goals in life. I became a city bus driver, which is definitely not an 8/5 job. I still enjoy driving, 30 years later. Some positions offer the 4 days on 3 days off each week. I can access up to 11 paid weeks off each year too. I need to work so that I have money to enjoy the time I'm not working. I only work 35 hours a week, the rest of the time is my own. I am free after 5 p.m. every day, so it's not just weekends. I have hobby activity stuff on a few of the weeknights too. Find a job that you like, or at least don't hate. Have hobbies, friends, events, etc. to look forward to. That makes a big difference. You'll get used to it. And as lame as it sounds, your attitude matters. Find ways to be upbeat and don't be a downer. We all know we're wasting our lives, but we do it cause we need money. Being able to take the wife and kid out on weekend, and let them eat whatever they want within reason is why we suffer through this shit. Whoever thought that 5/8 should be the norm was a dickhead. You have 2 days off and it's not even enough for your body to recover from the ass beating you took from the 5 straight days you just worked. Presumably people who enjoy their job and consider it an important part of their identity would not feel this way. But yes, lots of people do wish they did not have to spend their time this way. Ideally you find or create for yourself a job you enjoy. If you can spend your week doing something you'd love to be doing anyway, irrespective of financial need, then you're golden. You still have around 60 waking hours a week to do what you want. And if you have a good job like me, you get 4 weeks of vacation a year plus holidays off. It's not the length of work, it's how happy you are with yourself. You don't always have to be the main character, but if you want to be, change it. I've just accepted the life of changing jobs every year in favor of 3 months off to fuck around, lose all my money and then find another job. To be honest, I start to think if I wasn't working I would only be sleeping, so for me going to work seems okay and I'll sleep in the weekends. 4 weeks? That would be awesome! And you don't need to come in until 9 AM. Find a career you actually like, and it won't seem so bad. Yay life! It's alright! Depending on how old you are, you only have another 40-50 years left, then you can stop and die. Make sure to have a life outside of work, with hobbies that encourages you to grow instead of being stagnant. I started working shift, 12 hours 4 days a week, 4 days off. I feel like I have so much more free time now. Realistically, if you didn't have a job, you'd probably feel like you were wasting your life too. You could work a job that is not daylight, Monday Friday, and then realize how good you have it. Well, you are wasting your life, but there is no greater purpose to life, so why not waste it? I work 14 days a month, 7 of them are 7 AM 7 PM and the other 7 are 7 PM 7 AM. 1. Be rich. 2. Anything you do from 8 to 5 is now automatically work. Do something that makes you feel like you're not wasting your life.